What's up, guys? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good day. Another slow day in the market. Still correcting a little bit from the movement on Monday. And looking at the index, basically no, just in the range. Euro dollar, pound dollar, almost the same. Actually, the best setup that I was looking more, it was on the Aussie and the CAD pairs. I did miss the short on the Aussie dollar by a pip, unfortunately. The index is also starting to correct a little bit. I was looking for a level a little bit higher on Nasdaq to start looking for a sell, and I think dollar CAD and from some of the CAD pairs, I think they can correct a little bit as well. After the last few days, they've been quite bearish. So again, news-wise, nothing. There's nothing going on. In terms of news, you have unemployment yesterday in New Zealand, but aside from that, you can see it's almost a non-event, a non-week event, basically. Tomorrow, of course, we have unemployment claims, as always, in the US. Maybe that can lead a little bit of create some volatility, especially if the number is higher than expected. We are starting to increase the range, the typical range where we are in the unemployment claims for many times. Sorry, for a long period of time, we were around 200, 220 K jobs, and then we start looking for 220, 240. Let's see if this number is not starting to increase as well, right? So as a reflection, we start having this increased unemployment as well. So that's what we have, and then unemployment in Canada on Friday. It's going to be interesting since the CAD pairs have been quite interesting this last couple of weeks. Again, we were looking for that big reversal. It happened. A lot of the move has been done already. Hopefully price will still retrace a little bit. I think there's still levels at the highs that we can potentially look for. So the dollar, nothing much to talk about. Price made this created this candle to the upside overnight, and we are still within this level. Like, we did fake out a little bit this high in here, but we are still within this level. That's basically the first zone that was created after the big sell-off in here with NFP last Friday. So that's actually the range in there. So we'll see. The price reacted a little bit from that level. I do think that maybe still available, or that space is still available in there. If price does want to go there. So yeah, price can range a little bit in here. We do have, of course, this demand zone as well. So that's where we are at this point. Again, not the best market conditions, or that's not the case. Not the best opportunities in here, just a small range. We need to accept that, and we need to understand that maybe actually it will be the case after the move that we had on Monday. And since we didn't really have any, or we don't really have any news to affect the market, I think price will just stabilize a little bit. It needs to find some balance, and yeah, we'll see what's going to happen next. Right? So we can go. I could still see some reaction there. I could still see some reaction from here. If you start breaking below this level, then you can start challenging a bit more the lows once again, which you still have that level at the extreme in here. If you start moving slightly a little bit more to the upside, paying attention as well what we may have on the left, right? We do have this previous level support resistance, that basically the last low that was in there, that was broken with that move on last Friday. And aside from that, then you are looking into the next zone in here as well, right? So those are two next levels that you can look a little bit, and then you have the zone a little bit above if price does want to go there. But I could see something playing out around here. So we'll see what's going to happen. Again, we still need a proper break of a low, which is something that hadn't happened yet. So these are the indices. Yeah, good reaction in there on the S&P from this level. So that was something that yeah, it was there. At Nasdaq, unfortunately, I was looking slightly higher. Yeah, I think the same level that I was looking for on Nasdaq, it will be a little bit more into here. So for price actually to take these highs, getting into there, or eventually that level that I still like. But price Currently it was enough just to react from this level. I did like that we start having a little bit of a few highs in here and price was compressing. And even this PA in here, it was not my favorite, but yeah, it is what it is. Again, I was just looking higher, a little bit more to the upside before looking for that. Yeah, I was just trying to see if price would go a little bit higher before moving down. Now we corrected a little bit of this move, and we'll see how price may react from here, right? Again, I'm still bearish, to be honest, or at least expecting price to retest this walls one more time. I don't really think nothing really changed for all of a sudden the indices start aiming to go to all-time highs. I think what's going on since Monday afternoon, yesterday, and this morning, it was just a little bit of a correction before price at least challenge the lows, and from the lows then we are going to make a decision, like either we actually respect and we try to actually go higher from here, at least more orders are going to be filled at this cheaper price, or we're actually going to just resume and create new lows in here. Again, we know, and we talked about that on Monday and yesterday, price is indeed reacting from a good level on the left side, so that's at least is in there. But aside from that, I do think that we are going to move slightly lower in here, and yes, we do have potentially that level in there to move towards soon. But good move on S&P, similar scenario on Nasdaq in here. So I was actually looking slightly higher. There are two levels in here I was looking for. One of them to be kind of in there, and the other one actually, yeah, somewhere in here, and the other one to be again that level. Apparently price was enough to react from here. Again, I did like the way price was compressing a little bit. We had this structure in there, was of perfect just to create liquidity and push, right? So we have this level in here as well as next on us, and then eventually if price doesn't want to go lower, it can, but for now I would like to see price actually going below that level and make a decision somewhere in here to see which direction does it want to go, up or down in here. So that will be a little bit of next zone to pay attention to. Now also moved a bit more to downside, so still even respected that level in there, so stay within this same structure. Okay, nothing much to look at. Then you have DAX as well moving a little bit, so basically close that gap as well, so reacting from this lower edge. Yeah, moving a bit more to the downside. So yeah, we'll see. Again, DAX not really something that I've been looking for recently, and okay, not really looking it, but yeah, today these opportunities, I think it were a little bit of high probability since we are been correcting a little bit for the last 2 days, and I think it was about time to actually resume a bit more the move to the downside, and price was approaching an interesting level on the left in here. Same thing with crypto, it was quite a similar scenario. Bitcoin, again, I could see it going even a little bit more to the upside, basically price starting to retest back into this level in here. I was actually looking for price to go a bit more to the upside in here, didn't really go there, just stayed within this level. It is what it is, and but yeah, we did have a little bit of these compressions. You can see price was starting to slow down after the big move there, then start to slow down, start to create some highs in here until eventually you actually have the break, and now basically you can feel all this range, right? So basically one of the things that you can do is that yes, we do have maybe this demand zone in here. We'll see how price may react from there. Eventually you can challenge at least this level, and if not, even going into this zone in here as well. So that's basically BTC, Ethereum, similar scenario as well. So again, Ethereum I was looking slightly higher again. In this case, Ethereum just kept respecting these highs, didn't even manage to create that last liquidity, something that I was looking for. There you go, already filled all this space and looking for price to get closer to this level in here. But similar, like the indices, crypto also something to bear in mind. Again, Solana, it is corrected much higher than the other, comparing with the other ones, so it still respected that low. So we'll see what's going to happen in here. It's a bit more bullish comparing with Ethereum and Solana. And then looking at the Euro index, similar to the dollar index, a bit in a range in here, so that level was still fresh. Price now reacted from it. We'll see what's going to happen. I'd still do like this level in here. I think if price does want to go lower, you could just respect this level, create some PA in here, and challenge more to the downside. But we need to be aware that price actually respected this extreme in here. So if it wants to go all the way and come back to this level again, it can. Now it's in this middle level in here. We do need to break at least this highs in here for price to actually go into that level. I think this level is still one of the valid levels in here that price can just respect and eventually move to the downside. So just something in here on the Euro index to keep an eye on. And yeah, so we'll see. And then the N pairs. So the N pairs are also kind of in a range today. It looks like they are in an interesting level potentially to start going to the downside, and this one to go higher. Personally, I was still looking for price to actually fake out this this low in here into this demand zone. That's actually the level that I was looking for. So price is reacting from somewhere in here, and I do think that that level it looks really nice for price to go. Right, but at this point we have this range, and price is still holding. What we have in here by now is that we actually have the first break of a high, right? So we had these highs, price break it, didn't really react from anything interesting. So which means that we may start looking for a potential move up from somewhere nearby this place or this level. And yeah, personally, what I would love is actually something that I just draw in here, right? It's actually for price to go into that level, pick out these lows in here, and do something like that, and now challenge to go higher. And of course, first level it will be always this zone in here, and then you can maybe even go higher. So let's see what's going to happen. Even for a short in here, if you're still looking, maybe price can just respect this level. It's extreme in here, and that's exactly what I would actually like to see. For price eventually, again, I would really like to see price going there, and you'll see maybe on the end pairs which level exactly is in here as well to try to look for that in here. So yeah, interesting level. Again, the end pairs, it's a little bit the same thing. I did mention to last few days that I would even consider looking for a fake out of this level in here, and still kind of respect this upper structure that we reacting from. So that's still a valid idea for me. So I could see price kind of retesting these highs in here, looking for some kind of PI, even faking out the high, and then trying to attempt to go lower again. So I do think that maybe price can spend a little bit of time within this level in here for the next few days. So go up and then potentially go down again in here. That's my view or bias in here on the end. And if price just starts moving lower, for example, maybe breaking everything here, then it changes my mind, right? And then we are looking for something in there. But for now, I still do like the idea of price potentially reversing or going a bit more to the upside from somewhere around this level in here. So now looking at the individual currency pairs, right? So again, euro dollar, what to say, right? So basically spend the full day within this range. So apparently it managed now to break the highs in here. It's still holding that level, so this level in here is still holding, and I don't like anything in here at this point. So anytime you start having double tops, double bottoms, triple bottoms, I don't really like it. So I do think that liquidity in here is ready to be taken. A question mark is still going to be somewhere inside here, and price will just do something like that and go higher. We'll see what's going to happen in here. And to be honest, we do have then this next structure in here as well, which price can also create something like that as well, if it wants to. So we'll see on the euro dollar. Not really interested at this point until price actually fake out these lows or gets closer to something in there. So next, pound, almost the same thing. Right, so on the pound we have price also within this level. Again, on the pound, I do think that price wants to still go a bit more to downside. I don't really see this one as a valid level. I think price at least wants to go to this level, and because all this is already many lows in here, I wouldn't be surprised if actually pound will just continue. Right, so I wouldn't really be much surprised if that happens. And looking at the bigger picture in here, we see that price had already broken this important structure in here, a zone that was actually holding price for a while, and price just broke it, and then it made this last move, right? That's basically a little bit of what you tend to see that finds the zone 4 type of a move, which is basically the last turn in here. And it starts also usually it starts with the breakout level first without touching anything, and then initiates all this in here. So I'm looking actually for these levels to be taken on the pound dollar. Again, price has been ranging a little bit. Price can easily also potentially still make this last attempt and go, or maybe just from here and push lower. We'll see, but we are still bearish in here on the pound dollar at this point. It can indeed have some reaction from here, but then I'm looking lower straight away. I think pound dollar actually wants to go further down from here, which eventually euro dollar could follow a little bit as well. Like again, the correlations at this time with all the situation that has been going on, they have been a bit off, right? We saw euro dollar making that big correction to the upside, even taking this high. We actually are seeing dollar franc Swiss moving to the upside with the dollar, with euro dollar as well, which is not that normal. We saw the pound basically not moving that much, so we'll see. All right, so just bear in mind, don't be extremely bullish as price is retesting this level. I don't really see anything that that actually reinforces that idea that price is about to turn from here. So just let it move. Euro pound, that's another one that we've been waiting. Right, so it's still within this range. I'm still waiting for the euro pound to potentially take a little bit these highs. Again, bigger picture can even go slightly towards there, but I do think that there's maybe still something in here, and euro pound could fake out a little bit this structure and do something like that. Right, again, if the pound dollar just wants to crash and move down, maybe this euro pound will just go also to the upside. But I do believe that maybe there's something in there that price could play with around this level. Like this was a really good reaction in here. So basically, yeah, that's perfect. Again, one of my favorites. Again, I'm always talking about these specific levels. Those are great to look for a short, just like EuroCAD this week as well. And those are actually really good and one of the best places to look for trades. So yeah, let's see how euro pound is going to react from this level in here. And we may have a little bit of an opportunity. Like still patient, still waiting for those highs to be taken, and after that we can have a setup going on, which may happen already today or just tomorrow. Aussie, yeah, this is the one that I missed by a bit. Yeah, Aussie dollar. So Aussie dollar has been moving to the upside as well. So we had all this compression in here. So we had that spike with on Monday again, without situation that happened. Then you had interest rate. There was not really much of a big move in there, but we did have this level of support resistance in here, and you had all these highs, and those highs never really reacted from the level, right? So there was no proper reaction from here. As you can see, price paused in there, and that's the next level that the price could go and react from. Like we had a little bit of this structure in here, and that's actually an alignment to the support resistance. So that's what I was looking for. I saw the compression, I saw price creating some highs in here as well, and yeah, but I tried to be so precise that I ended up missing it. So I had my order in there. This kind of missed my entry, and then price just start moving lower. I ended up not getting a field in here. I do need to start just taking the entry either way, instead of just waiting for that perfection of an entry. Just it is what it is. I ended up missing this level. Yeah, basically prices reacted from here and not exactly there. There you go. That's the small difference. And I did place my order just in here. I should have also placed in reality a sell stop in here. That would have just fixed my problem, and I would be in the trade. That's another type of entry that I usually also tend to use. This time I didn't. Just waited actually for a bit more of a confirmation. Again, price is compressing in here. You need a lot of patience at around this time as well. So it's the difference between that being patient and aggressive in the right moment in here. Before price hasn't really reacted from the level that I wanted, and in here it actually reacted. And that's where I actually start looking for the sell. But nice move in here. In reality, now when you're going to be looking at Euro Aussie, there was actually maybe a better opportunity on Euro Aussie than actually on the Aussie dollar. I didn't really pay attention to the Euro Aussie for some reason. I noticed that price was reacting from an okay level. On Aussie, the same thing. And maybe actually I could have got the trade on the Euro Aussie instead. basically is filling out the range. And the reason for that is because on Euro Aussie, this low actually broke the previous one. Like this low actually broke structure. On Euro Aussie, you're going to see that it was a high that actually broke the previous one. And that gives even more confirmation that price then is free to just go all the way. Like this will make the difference between looking for a target in here or start looking for a target in there. Right? But now, because we use correlation, then you could, if once you were in the trading here, you could actually just look for price to continue. And again, price can just continue, to be honest, can even go there. But for now, this was more of an intraday setup, and it would have been a perfect setup, great approach, compression, and the turn. Like I was even then waiting for that extra fake out in there. Never happened, and it is what it is. So on the Euro Aussie, that's what I mentioned. So Euro Aussie in here, we actually had that first initial break to the upside, right? So we actually had this break in here, and then price fake out the lows, perfect, and this was a good level. So the situation here as well is that we had already this big spike in there. Now on the 4-hour time frame, that's a queen level in here that you can see. Basically price made all this move down to test now this level, so it's a high probability level in here. It's in a higher time frame, it's a daily zone as well. But on the lower time frame, we already had that spike, and that spike could have already taken the order. So kind of it was a bit of a question mark if this level actually wanted to hold, or price wanted to take the level in here because of this big spike. Like, and sometimes it's a little bit of the doubt that you have. I didn't really pay attention to it, especially with this break. Like this was a great engulf already to the upside. It's exactly the type of pattern that we are looking for in here, and then we get this confirmation as well. Right, so I didn't really pay attention, unfortunately, and somewhere in here then you could have gone long. Basically after price actually holds this level, we could start looking for a long somewhere in here. In this particular case, actually price on the retrace still got there in here. So yeah, that was my bad. This case, there's lack of analysis. The other one was just, yeah, kind of less than a pip to get entry. But it's good PA on the Aussie pairs. Again, within such a ranging market today, actually trying to find and managing to find out the pair or the move, that the asset that actually end up creating the good move, that's really good. Right, and that's how we can continue and carry on to evolve as traders, especially if we're trading more than one asset, is actually to try to filter it, to identify where the opportunity is. But if we're just trying to look for the $0 today, good luck with that. Like if you're just trying to look for some of the end pairs today, good luck with that as well. Like it was a lot of range around the structure, not exactly direction being determined. Pound as well, it was a lot of range. Maybe pound may now start moving to downside, but the best ones actually, it was a bit more on the it was yesterday, and today on the Aussie, I think it was one of the best opportunities to actually catch out this move in here, and also on the other Aussie pairs as well. Right, so that's just something that that's important, because it's going to help you to be able to identify those A+ setups and where the moves actually happen. So that's Euro Aussie. Pound Aussie in here also turned. So Pound Aussie also reacted really nicely from this demand zone after that big move to downside. Basically filled out this compression and reacted from the next open space in there. Good reaction, also higher time frame of structure. So good reaction here. As you can see, Pound Aussie, opposite to the other ones, it started to trade straight away higher. Like it didn't really retest these levels much. It didn't really retrace the bottom in here or the lows, just started to trade higher and then start moving to the upside from here. So yeah, while Euro Aussie maybe it would have been the best entry, Aussie dollar also provided an interesting entry. Pound Aussie, it was a bit more straight away to the upside, so you could try to go for it, but in terms of stop loss, you need to place it in a different place. A good correction in here, again as a target, even just retesting this previous level, I think that can work. So that's something to look for in here, similar to the other Aussie pairs as well. And you have Aussie Yen, which is also moving. So this is another one that we already managed to break a low. So we actually have this low broken in all the Yen pairs. But the Aussie Yen, maybe because of the drop on the Aussie, is actually the one that has been more bearish. So interesting in here, the reaction. I was not really looking for the Yen pairs, but yeah, interesting reaction from here. Eventually, just similar to what I mentioned on the Yen index, I would like you to see eventually kind of getting closer to this level in here, or at least kind of retesting that level. On the index, as I mentioned, I would like to make a new low before going, which means that in this case, these ones maybe need to make, or at least retest this level now, and the other ones, some of them maybe actually create new highs before moving to the downside. And that's basically what you'll be looking in here on the dollar yen. It will be maybe for this guy also to fake out the highs a little bit, maybe get a bit closer to that level before trying to aim to go lower. So that will be a scenario. Again, dollar yen just in this range. Euro yen also ranging a little bit in here. Again, as you can see, you did manage to break that low. It's reacting basically from the same level as the Aussie yen. Again, Aussie yen already reacted from here. So we'll see what's going to happen around this level, but it's the same thing. I would like it maybe to see first making a new high with a bit of range in here and then kind of going to downside. So we'll see, and you do have this structure to have to pay attention. Yeah, our price can actually just fill all this. We'll see. Do have a double top now in there on the euro yen. Pound yen, same story. We did manage to break that low, which means you can open up the space to go into that level, and we are still the potential of making something like that and moving. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what's going to happen in there. Then you have dollar CAD. Again, good correction straight away. On Monday I was looking for a little bit of a correction towards this level. Didn't really happen. Actually on Tuesday. Now we made that initial move to the downside, so we have been waiting and looking for this reversal for quite a while now. Interesting reaction from here is just in the middle. I think eventually price could carry on moving a bit more to the downside, but before that, maybe it would be interesting actually if price would just go. Again, I'm still kind of hoping for a retrace towards that level. I think price eventually can feel everything in here and go closer to that level. So we'll see. So a lot of spikes in here. I think price could. This is the first break of a high, so it reacted from that level. I think we did mention this level in here yesterday, but this happened overnight, so that was gone. In here, kind of 1 AM or something like that. Price made that move, basically feeling a lot of this compression, reacting a little bit from here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what kind of PI we are going to have around this structure. Yeah, nothing really stands out to me. Maybe again, I'm looking for price eventually to go below this wall. Before that, price could react from something else. So we'll see. All right, so yeah, we'll see. Also, the other CAD pairs, I think they can be quite interesting. So Euro CAD, I'm looking for price to get closer to this level. So we're starting to create this liquidity in here. I think price could react from that higher time frame level. In here, this initial demand zone. In here, I like the approach. I like the way price is kind of slowing down after this big move to downside. We definitely have this range now in here. So let it fake out that range and let it push. And let it then turn from here and go. If it wants to go a bit more towards the extreme, a bit more towards this level, it can, right? But at this point, I'm looking more for price to go just somewhere into this level and moving to the upside, or at least correcting a little bit more in here. If price just reacts from here first, then be careful with that. Maybe a little bit more of a continuation. But again, these CAD pairs has been moving to downside already for a while, but aggressive, and they're getting into this level. I'm expecting some reaction. I'm not saying that price is going to resume the move to the upside or to challenge the highs again. Not sure about that, but at least some opportunity, even if it is just like 50% of this level, it can provide a good intraday setup in there to pay attention to. And that's basically what I'll be paying attention in here. Similar to pound CAD, price has been just moving to the downside, so they starts to compress a little bit more in here. So looking for price to go below that, which actually just did it. And can even go below that level as well into something in here, so we do have this structure in there. So that's a level that we could see pound CAD reacting from. Sometimes it's just as simple as that. Like which we have this low never really reacted from this level, and we have now price compressing a little bit, and just as simple as that, price can react. Even if it is just a reaction from here, we're already looking for almost a 100 pips move in there, and that looks nice, and a potential level to just a retracement at this point. Again, no reversal, just retracement. And on intraday, if you do find some PA in there, that can be, yeah, it can be worth to take a trade in there. You can get a good 2, 3, maybe 4 200 risk reward. So that's something to bear in mind. Just get some confirmation with some PA, and you are good to go. Right, so basically those walls already basically reflect out with that one. So that's something in there, and you are looking for price to get into the next level. It starts from here, all right, but we do have that level as well. So that's something to pay attention to. Let's just price take out those walls in here. If prices want to go even more to the downside, then you'll see somewhere in here what can happen. But for now, since price has been moving, and yesterday it was a great sell-off in there, today is starting to slow down. So tomorrow you can have a little bit of a retracement, even if it's just to challenge these highs again in here. I think that can be reasonable to look for a trade on the pound CAD. Yeah, basically price already reacted from this lower edge of the supply level and start moving lower. Yeah, so we'll see. All right. So pound CAD. Now dollar franc Swiss, right? So dollar franc Swiss has been also correcting. So nice move to the upside from those lows. So that's again another higher time frame level, and that price just filled the spice and now is correcting, and maybe can go a little bit closer to this level. So that's potentially a level in there to look for. Price is challenging this one in here on the lower time frame. You notice that that's actually the extreme. It's not exactly that high. So we'll see. The price can range a little bit. This was potentially a nice turn in there. And price eventually can go actually just retest this level. So that's just something to keep an eye on the dollar franc Swiss, to see if price does want to challenge a bit more to the upside and go closer to here. This level is also really good in there. So basically that's the beginning of this big compression. That's maybe even my favorite in between all these levels in here to look for. Or if price is now satisfied with where it is now and is ready to actually challenge and push lower. So that could be also a scenario. Yeah, it could. So we'll see on dollar franc Swiss as well, but if it gets a bit more to the upside, it may be even better. Then we have gold in here. Yep, just a range, nothing to look for. Basic price reacting a bit from that level. Again, it's in the middle. It's not something that I'm really interested about right now. So we'll see. And this one here is actually what I'm looking for. Silver as well. I wanted to go slightly lower, so let it continue to move lower. I wanted to take these lows, and I wanted to get closer to here. So that's more of what I want it to do. So yeah, that's basically what I'll be looking for. And then oil is one that actually corrected, right? So apparently those lows, breaking those lows, faking out these lows into it was enough to create to bring new buyers into here. We did manage to break that high. You noticed that yesterday, and price basically just respected this level in here. So again, good reaction from this demand zone again overnight, fortunately. After taking that one, so it was a nice move in here. Again, an overnight move, and now price can, or oil can go slightly higher in here. So yeah, nice interesting move. Can even retest and go. So if there's something, okay, actually maybe the retest, so it's already happened. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we'll see on oil what's going to happen around this level. Yeah, we'll see. And that's basically it. So dollar needs to make a decision, like if it's going to continue to move to the upside, or it's going to resume to move to the downside. Like we'll see. The same thing with euro dollar as well. What's going to happen in here? Is price now going to challenge again a little bit the highs from these lows? And I would like to see the lows on the euro dollar to be taken. The indices, we had a good correction today, but I think it could still be a bit more. Well, there could be a little bit more manipulation. Just question mark is what's going to happen at the lows now. If price actually is going to, the lows are going to hold, or eventually you're going to have new lows being created on the indices. So there could be potential opportunities to look for longs tomorrow with good PI. Pound, I want it to go slightly lower, so let it continue to move a bit more to the downside. And bigger picture, I'm actually looking for pound to break these lows, so I wouldn't be just bullish just yet. Euro pound, I like the idea of price picking out those highs and potentially have a good opportunity in here. So that's something that we've been waiting already for a couple of days. So we'll see what kind of opportunities we're going to have above these highs. If not, price will just eventually get into that zone as well. So that's another one in there. Aussie already made that move down, so we'll see what's going to eventually happen on the Aussie pairs. Yen pairs, I would like it to go slightly higher before moving lower. So that's a characteristic of something that I'll be waiting for on the yen pairs in there. And the CAD pairs, I think we are going to be getting close to potential retracement after the big move to downside for the last 2-3 days. Not exactly dollar CAD, to be honest. I'm looking more of the pound CAD and the euro CAD for that correction. Those are actually the ones that actually made a bigger move. I think tomorrow it's going to be a potential good opportunity in here, at least just for a retracement, and you can have that intraday setup in there to look for. Crypto also started to move lower, just similar to the indices, so we'll see what's going to happen in there as well. If it's going to retest a little bit more of the lows of the demand zone in there, and big question mark then if price actually holds it or not. Like, so that's the thing. So we'll see what's going to happen tomorrow. Good luck for tomorrow. Again, be patient. The market, without any big news and after what happened on Monday, is taking it slowly. It's not in a rush to create big moves, which means that you need to adapt to those circumstances as well. At least managing our expectations. And just try to find actually where the good setups are, like where do you see actually place for price to move, and you see actually there is a little bit of liquidity in there for price to move. And yeah, try to trade those setups instead. That being said, thank you very much guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.